This video is part of the course that is Keycloak, Single Sign-On with Spring Boot and Spring Security. Link for the course is given in the description. In this lecture, we will see what is authentication and what is authorization. Before jumping to technical example, let's first understand with real world example. Say you are working with one organization and daily you are going to office. Now, while entering into the office, you need to prove your identity, right? It can be your ID card that is chip based. You need to swipe your ID card, or it may be possible that it's a biometric system. You need to put your thumb, right, for the fingerprint. And then only you can enter into the office premises. That's obvious, right? Because not all are allowed inside the office premises. Only employees can enter into the office premises, right? Basically, employees of that particular organization. So you need to prove your identity while entering into the office. So that is authentication. So this authentication can be type of anything, okay? Like I said, it can be swiping your ID card or maybe your thumb, okay? Basically your fingerprint if you have biometric system. So now by authenticating yourself, you entered into the office. Say your role is developer. Now say for example, inside your office, there is one room. And inside that room, there are servers. And there is a special team who is handling these servers. Say for example, network team. Okay, basically network engineers are there who are handling these servers, which are inside a server room in your office. So you have developer role and only network team can enter into that particular room, which has servers. So if you try to access, basically if you try to enter into that room, right, which has servers, then what you will get? You will get access denied. If you try to swipe your ID card to enter into that room, or say for example biometric system and you put your thumb, right, you will get access denied. Why? Because you have developer role. Only network team can enter into that particular room. So this is authorization. So authorization is done based on the role. Your role is developer, okay? If your role is network team or say for example network engineer, then obviously you can enter into that particular room which has servers. So here first comes the authentication. You need to prove your identity, right? Then only you can enter into the office. And once you authenticate, then comes the authorization. So authentication, you can take another example as well. Say for example, your mobile, right? You have face unlock. So that is authentication, right? You are proving your identity by face, okay? Or it can be your fingerprint. In modern days, right? We have mobiles which are being unlocked by fingerprints. So this, you are proving your identity and then only you can access your mobile. So this is authentication. And once you authenticate, then comes the authorization, and authorization is done based on the roles the different users are having. So now let's understand authentication and authorization with technical example. Say here we have one student application, and in the student application we have two pages. One is user's homepage and another one is managing the students. So here we can add, update or delete the students, okay? And this is user's homepage where user can see his or her details like first name, last name, email and other things, okay? Basic things. So these are the two pages inside this particular student application. Now, obviously if we have application, there will be users, okay? So say we have different types of users, okay? The one is student and another one is profession. Okay, so students are there and professors are there who are using this student application. So here we have two roles, okay? The students are having student role and the professors are having professor role. And both are users who are accessing this student application. Now the user, right? The student or professor, whatsoever, doesn't matter, okay? First, he or she needs to authenticate himself or herself while accessing the student application, okay? That can be type of anything like combination of username and password, or it can be combination of email and password, whatever is set by the developers of this student application, okay? So first step is user needs to authenticate, okay? Either of any combination, username, password, email, password, and it applies to all the users. Doesn't matter if the role is student or professor, okay? So what will happen? Both of these can access the user homepage. Say for example, after successful authentication, right? Because student is also user, professor is also user. So both can access the user's homepage. But managing the students, right? Professor can manage the students, right? Add, update or deleting the students. But the student cannot add, update or delete other students. So if the student is there, right, which is having the student role, tries to access this manage students inside the student application, what he will get? He will get access denied. So this is based on the role. So this is authorization. The first step is authentication, and it is applicable for all the users. Doesn't matter whatever role is there, okay? Student, professor or whatever, or admin, anything. First thing is user needs to provide his or her identification. It can be combination of username, password, email, password, whatsoever. Okay. Then only the user can enter into the system. Once user is entered into the system, now it all depends on the role. And there comes the authorization, that which page, basically which module of your application is allowed for which type of roles, student, professor, admin or anything else. So that is authorization. So the first step is authentication, and authorization comes after the authentication, and authorization is always associated with the roles. So this is authentication and authorization, or you can say in other words, difference between authentication and authorization. If you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, do comment in the comment section and share with your friends. Do you want to learn Keycloak? If yes, then I am having complete course on it. In this course, you will learn what is single sign-on and how to implement single sign-on using Keycloak. You will learn about Keycloak in detail, starting from installation and how to implement Keycloak in your Spring Boot application using Spring Security. You will learn how to implement single sign-on by taking example of 2 applications. So what are you waiting for? Link for the course is given in the description. Just click on that link and start learning Keycloak with Spring Boot and Spring Security. That's all for now. We'll see you in the another video. Till then, happy learning and happy coding.